So today I'll be going over just the very basics of setting up an Excel worksheet and using formulas. So as you can see, I've got some housing data here in this worksheet. It's got the sale price, sale date, and all the rest of this good stuff. So the first thing I want to find is just the number of sales. So I'm going to actually make this a little prettier. I just double click this column in between here to properly size the column. So the number of sales, meaning the basically number of observations you got here, each row would be considered an observation. So there's an Excel function that will calculate the number of sales. So how do you use Excel functions? Well, they're pretty easy. You just type in equals into your box here, which goes into this place, which is called the formula bar. And then for the number, there's an Excel function called count. And as you can see, as you start typing in, the formulas start popping up. And then I'm going to double click this count function. Then it's asking for it's got the parentheses and it's asking for values that you want to basically count. So if I want, really for this one it won't really matter. If I want the entire sale price column, I can actually just click the column and then it'll select all the data all the way to the end there. I'm not going to scroll to the end because there's quite a few values, and what Excel will do is it'll count all the observations in this column that are numeric. And basically that means it'll count this 568,500, but it won't count the sale price since the sale price is just the text. So, and then you can close it off, or it'll close it off automatically if you don't. You hit enter. Now over here, where you type that formula, it says 787, which means there's 787 observations or rows down basically all the way to the end there. So yeah, you kind of set things up as equal to, and then you find whatever function you're looking for. So for mean, the arithmetic mean, another word for that is the average. So as I type in equals, I'm going to look for the average. And then here, I can double click that or type the full thing out. And then since I want the sale price average, I'm again going to click this column over here. And then I'm going to hit enter. And this is going to tell me that the average sale price is $603,175. And the only reason it's showing a dollar sign there and in this column as well is because the format up here is set to currency. If I set that to just general, then it would just give the numeric value. And this was a preset value since it is sale price, it's the currency. And another side note, if you want to show more or less decimal places in your box here, you go back up to this number box here, and if you want less or more, you click the left one, and if you want less, then you click the right one. So one more formula here, and then we'll call this video good. The standard deviation, and I'm designated it as population, even though this whole set is basically a sample of homes, but I'm going to call it a population because we're using the entire data set that we have. So to find the standard deviation, again, of sale price, you type equals standard deviation, and then this one, if you're not sure, you can always read the description box and it'll show you. I'm going to double click that. Again, select the column, hit enter, read some fewer data points, or decimal points rather, and that would be my standard deviation. Again, this would be actually in dollars, so you could do the currency value there. So yeah, that was for the entire thing. And actually, let's go ahead and do the standard. I know I said that was the last one, but I'll do one more. A sample standard deviation. Let's say you took you wanted to know actually I'm going to do a sample mean first. Let's say you wanted to know the average sale price of these first 10, or I'm going to do first 10 sale price values. You define the mean, it would be that same average function. But now instead of selecting the entire column, you would just select that first 10 rows there. And then you could close it off and just hit enter. And then that will give you your average of the first 10 observations. And you can do that for any set of 10 or set of however many data points you want. But just know that your sample is just those first 10 observations. And again, same thing with a sample standard deviation. And this time, instead of using that DEVP, you would use the sample one. And again, select the first 10, and that would be your standard deviation there. So yeah, this kind of went on long, but that's the basics of Excel.